I mean, I knew that I had ADHD in probably, I'd say, late elementary school. So I think just growing up, it wasn't anything different because I didn't know anything different. I would say I had a unique experience because I have a twin sister and she does not have ADHD. So just being in a classroom and educational setting and not working at the same speed as her or doing things differently. We were both considered like gifted children, but we definitely had very different learning styles and ways that we consumed information in the classroom. So I think just that was interesting to see. I've had ADHD my whole life. I don't know anything different. Personally, I do not take medication for my ADHD. It is diagnosed. I made the decision with my mom, my doctor, initially to just work on accommodations in the classroom rather than having medication. And I've been able to accommodate to my surroundings pretty well and thrive in educational settings. I feel like for me, beyond educational settings, my ADHD doesn't really present itself as an issue very often. I think ADHD affects literally every single person who has it differently, and it's important to understand signs of it from a young age, and instead of just like mass generalizing it, getting to know individuals in your life that may have ADHD and what their specific needs are and how you can best be a friend, mentor, whatever you are to them, how to best be there for them.
Yeah, so I got tested last year after freshman year because I could not focus in class at all, and like I literally could not, like I would sit there for like 5 minutes doing my work and then I'd move on to something else. Can't really, like, I can't stay with a thing at a time. Like, for example, when I play video games, like I'm on a game for like 10 minutes and then I'll go to a different game. Like, for example, I guess when I'm cleaning my room, maybe I start like cleaning stuff and then I hear something and I walk away and I just leave it how it was. I feel like that has, I don't know if that's really a portion of it, but that's something that I think about a lot is like, why can't I stay with one thing at a time?
Some coping strategies that you found to help?
Mostly just telling myself to keep focusing. Like if I go away from it, I'll be like, all right, I need to go. Or just throwing my phone the opposite direction of what I'm doing. I don't know if it's just the way that my brain works, but I feel like I'm way more observant with my ADHD. I feel like I can observe things very well. I can read people pretty well. I feel like that's something that isn't just, I mean, it could be just good at my ADHD or it's just good at my brain works, but that's the thing I find very interesting.
How often do you think about your ADHD?
Quite often. A lot. In most things I do, like 3 times a day. And like if I don't notice it, it's called out. Growing up, I was a terrible kid. Horrible. Like, always got kicked out of class. Card moved to red every day. My parents had a prize bucket at our house. They kept it at the top of the fridge so I couldn't reach it. And if I came home and my card wasn't on red, I got a prize. But like I was always like nice. I just like couldn't control like myself. And like I was always talking or I was always like running around and like doing something. Or just like misbehaving. Classic. I was mean to some people. Sorry, I was. It's horrible. Like I think about it now and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel terrible. It's kind of mean a little bit in like kindergarten. And then got into elementary school. I remember hitting 3rd grade. And I literally remember looking at myself in the mirror and being like, I guess a 3rd grader, and being like, you're not gonna misbehave anymore. You're not. Like this, like I'm done with this reputation. Like you're not gonna be the kid that like messes up. And then, it basically like me and my therapist have kind of like talked about this, figured out that we think that was like the shift of like ADHD outside becoming like internal, and that's when I developed severe anxiety because I didn't get anything out. I just kept it all in, so my head was like constantly spinning. And I remember my mom like took it to the school and they were like, well, Josie like seems really happy at school, so like I don't think she needs extra time for her tests. That's insane. And my mom was like, look at her school records. Do me a favor and go look at all her classes, see how she gets 100 on all the classwork, all the assignments, and then see how she gets D's on all her tests. Like, go look at that. And they did, and they gave me the extra time, all the things. I still have it in college. I remember like that being the, figuring that out of like, hey, you have ADHD, you have severe anxiety, you have panic attacks because they're mixing together. The thoughts in my head are like in this like disorder that I have is literally because of ADHD. Like it's because I'm just like neurodivergent and my brain works like that. But still, in school, I'm swimming upstream all the time. Constantly swimming upstream.
I feel like most people think of it as like kind of just a funny thing and like it doesn't really like matter. But for me personally, it's affected my schoolwork a lot, especially like before I was diagnosed. I got diagnosed in 10th grade. So I'd gone pretty much like my whole like high school and middle school and elementary school like without knowing that I had this, and just thought that that was just like part of everyday life, like not being able to focus. And it just affected my grades really bad because I couldn't pay attention in class. So then I didn't know how to do my homework. Then I didn't know how to do the quizzes and tests. So everything just kind of started going downhill. So I think that people like don't take it as seriously as it is. So now I'm not afraid to like ask for help if I need it. If I didn't pay attention for something, like I know like how to fix that now. It's not really anything that's like funny because like for me, like for some people it's so easy to just like sit down and study, and like I can't do that without like the assistance of something else or someone else. Like trying to like be in a room studying, like I can't do it because there's too many things going on and I'm listening to like every single thing that's happening. And I don't think people realize like how much it affects someone, just like because you also get mad at yourself because you want to be like normal people and you want to be able to focus. And
Yes, so I was diagnosed with dyslexia and ADHD in third grade. I wasn't doing bad in school necessarily, but things were just like certain things were just a lot harder for me. So my mom was actually a teacher, and she pulled me out halfway through third grade, and she homeschooled me. That lasted a semester before we could be with each other anymore. Then, kind of 2 years in, going into sixth grade. We like because of the rules of the school, we had to like divide it. So it's like half of it would be in this dyslexic class, the other half would be like in a regular classroom. And I just started to struggle again. It's not again my grades were that bad. I was just working like 4 or 5 times the amount, and I felt like I was just getting worn down. I wasn't a great friend, wasn't a great son, wasn't a great brother. I wouldn't say I was even like a great like follower of God just because I was so worn out and just not enjoying life. Full about like the new like study skills, and I think the dedication as well to my education, if it's like, not going to play basketball, not going to hang out with friends, not playing video games, whatever, just make sure I'm studying and being prepared, is definitely something like the Lord has taught me and I've learned here. And so because of that, I don't think I, need my medication anymore, which has been a big blessing for sure.